Crafters TV. Oh, I feel like I'm waiting for Snow White to turn up with that music. How is your week going? It's Wednesday, it's hump day. We are halfway through the week officially, and we've got a great masterclass for you. Masterclasses, of course, are where we concentrate on maybe a recent launch or something that a lot of you have, a type of product, or even maybe some kind of technique. But today we're going to be looking at the awesome interchangeable tunnel dies, which are incredible. I'll give you the details of all of those in just a second. There's something really special else going on today as well, but I'm going to let Craig tell you that because Craig has brought a friend to work with him today.
I have indeed. Look at it. Look at this. This is Panda. Panda Bear just here.
Where did you get the name from?
Well, it's such a creative name that it's certainly not a giraffe. It's not a giraffe? Let's not go back to last week when it come to Animal Gate with.
Apparently, it looks a bit like a raccoon.
I know. It's okay. It's all right. You're okay. This is Panda, and Panda is mine. He was originally my brother's when he. Well, I'll uncover your ear. When he was a baby. My brother will be 40 next year, and it was given to me when I was a baby. Now it is Bring Your Bear to Work Day, and who is the only one that actually brought their bear to work day?
Yeah, absolutely, Craig. You're the only one.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they actually tricked me. But it is, what did I say it was? Bring your bear to work day. Bring your bear to work day, and I am the only one that brought mine. So this is why we've got Panda today. He's mine from when I was a baby, even a bit older than that when it was my... we will not be giving him away, thank you very much. We will not be. He's staying at mine. There is...
So we'll be drawing a winner at the end of the show. Can you imagine?
It was all nicely sewn at the front there, and there's a little baby panda that sits in there. I did have to go and search him out in the loft, and couldn't find the other one. He does mean a lot to me, thank you very much. It's just I never got around to unpacking him when I moved.
He needs a bit of stitching, though, doesn't he?
Well, he does, but I did try to stitch him a few times over the years, but I'm now at that
He's legless, Craig.
Well, yeah, and that's just not on a Saturday night. But... I think
only
now,
before 10 p.m. though.
He's that old that if I did start to sew him up, then I don't know, it just wouldn't be the same. I like him the way that he is. So that's why we've got him. He's going to be overwatching what we do for the next couple of hours. It is all of course, masterclass. It's all about our Christmas dies and embossing folders. Let's have a look at this. I'm just choosing to ignore the jokes they're saying about giving them away and hiding them about. We're not going to. He's staying here with me. But let's show you some of the things.
How defensive Craig is getting about Panda.
Well, you know, he's good old Panda at the side of me. He's being well looked after me as well. But Let's have a look. This is the sort of thing you could do. Maybe if you want to then email pictures of your pandas, that would be good to see. Or any
other
toy,
stuffed animal.
Toy. You know, it could be special ones. It could be ones you've had since a baby. It could be maybe your grandson, granddaughter's one. Maybe then, even if you've got these sets of dies and embossing folders, why not take pictures? You could be using them to actually frame them if they want. The animals as well. That's just some. That is the arch. We've got some of the squares. We've got some of the circles as well. Over the next couple of hours, we're going to be showing you a lot of different techniques, a different demos. So simple one, going into a medium, going into a wee bit more complex one. But yeah, it's going to be fun over the next 2 hours.
It is going to be a really, really fun show. I know a lot of you have already got the Aperture dies as well, so I'd love you to send your pictures into us of that and everything you've been making. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. That is also where you can send us in pictures of your bear, not just bears, but any cuddly toys, I think, in your craft room, watching you work. That would be absolutely awesome. We would love to see those. You can get in touch with us as well in all the usual ways. So over on Facebook, on the Crafters TV Facebook page, and across, of course, on YouTube as well. Drop into the comments there as well, and we will get those picked up. Any questions you've got, it's a really good opportunity. Masterclass is always a great opportunity to share ideas with us, get any questions asked that you might have as well as we go through the show. Something that's on the show that's been very, very busy already. A third of the stock has gone already on this. Now, what you've got, this is the Totally Tiffany 2-drawer storage and supply case collection. So you're going to get the 2-drawer storage and supply case, which is awesome, because what this offers you are these 2 fabulous drawers, and then you've got this hard shell here as well, which is awesome. So you can use it for organising your craft products, which are absolutely awesome. Got a glue gun in there. But this collection as well comes with some extras, which is awesome. So what you're also going to get is, you're going to get some of the magnetic sheets. Now these are awesome because these sit in your drawers perfectly, which is awesome. And you're going to get some of the stamp pockets as well, which is awesome. So these are your stamp storage pockets. So you could have one of these drawers full of your dies all stacked up in there, and then another one maybe with all of your stamps stored in there as well. £21 or $24 if you want to get that. A third of that one has already gone. These drawer storage and supply cases have been really, really busy since we launched them. So definitely grab those. We've got a great deal for you as well on the gilding waxes. We've got a lovely collection for you. And you've got some fabulous colours in here as well. The gilding waxes are absolutely beautiful. So you've got the, in this collection, you've got the Renaissance Gold, the King Gold and the Antique Gold as well. So you've got those 3 different tones of the gold within there. They are great on cardstock. They're wonderful on things like furniture as well. And they last for ages, which is awesome. £30 or $42 if you want to get those. Right, we're going to go and have a look now at the main collection, which is the interchangeable Aperture tunnel die collection. I'll quickly whiz you through what you get included. It is available in smaller bundles on the web. Go and have a look over there, or I'll take you through them after Craig's first demonstration. But what you're going to get included is you're going to get the interchangeable arched window tunnel die. So that is going to give you the die, which is going to allow you to get that aperture and then that tunneling. And then you've got 3 different themes that you can put around there. So you've got your stocking, you've got your snowman, and you've got then your baubles as well. It comes with the embossing folder as well, which is awesome. So you've got that one. The next theme that you've got is the square one here. Now the square one has got your angel in there. You've also got your nativity scene as well as that stag, and that comes with the holly embossing folder, which is this one just here. And then you've got the circle as well, and the circle you can see here has got the snowflake, it has got the Christmas pudding and the lights. Really playful, this one. And then what you've also got is you've then got that snowflake embossing folder in there too, which is awesome. You get some stamps included as well, and these are the festive curved banner sentiments, so they come included for you in your main collection. And then what you also get is you also get all of these gorgeous paper pads. Now they are brand new, all the paper pads. They are the 12 by 12 textured paper pads. They are 230 GSM, so really good versatile weight on these. You get the cool tones. You're also going to get as well this one here, which is the sunflower, which is really gorgeous. You've got the neutral tones, and you've also got the warm tones as well. So you'll receive all of that. $134.94 or $164.70 is your price. Now, if you want to go for all of the different tunnel dies that I've showed you, along with their corresponding embossing folder available individually, check the web for those. But if you want to go for the papers on their own, so you can go for the 4 12x12 pads, $59.97 or $74.85 is your price to get just those. And they've been really, really busy. You're paying for 3, we're sending you 4, which is absolutely awesome. Right then, Craig, these are really, really effective, these dies, and look beautiful, but how easy are they to put together?
They're so effective, you know, and they're so much fun as well. Panda is just, there we go. That way, there we are, we're there. There we go, you can see the panda just there, so don't worry, he is looking. So what we're going to do with this one here is we're going to use the square ones. Now, they are so much fun to make, and they are very easy to make as well. So what we'll do with this one is we'll make a relatively straightforward one, but what we are going to do is we're going to do it on acetate. So it's going to be quite simple to make, but still going to give you that wow factor. So what I've done is I've taken some cardstock from the Sunflower collection, as well as the neutrals, and what I've just done is I've done a black and 3 shades of yellow. These are all 5x7, all 5x7 for these ones. So what I'm going to do with the top layer, the black one, I'm going to bring in the holly berries, the embossing folder just here. So what I want to do is I want to actually die cut first, because if you were to emboss first, then die cut, the pressure of your Gemini or any other machine could flatten slightly your embossing. So what we're going to do for this one is let's go for the nativity scenes. Now this is where, as Joe showed you, you've got your angel, you've got the stag, and then you've got your nativity scene, but you're getting the other nesting dies that we'll be using in a moment to create that tunnel effect. So what I'm just going to do first is using the folder as a guide. So you can see here where we've got the, this part isn't embossed, so that's just a nice guide where to actually position your die. So I'm just going to pop it on first, and then what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to layer it on. I just want a bit of a rough guide just so that I can see where that's going to go, and it's roughly just going to go into place just there. So let's just line that one up, and then once you're happy with that one, all that I'm just going to do is tape that one down. So again, let's turn it that way, and then let's just bring in our low tack tape. So then if I then just lightly tape that one down, I'm just going to pop it into there as well. So then what I'm just going to do is if I close that one, and then I'm just going to bring in our 2 cutting plates. So that's just going to sandwich in between just here, and then what I'm just going to do is just run that one through. So what I'm going to do is I've just noticed,
What you noticed, Craig?
I've just noticed I've left it in the embossing folder.
Yeah, and you put the die in as well.
And I put the die in as well.
Yeah, I was thinking it, but I didn't want to say. I thought that was how it went.
So our folder's all right.
Don't do that at home. Is that what you're saying?
Don't do it at home. You know, it's worked. It has worked.
How did you emboss it? You'd already embossed it, and then you've embossed it and die cut it together.
No, it wasn't embossed.
Oh, amazing.
So I've just done a 2-for-1.
But we can't recommend that you do that at
I
home.
don't recommend it. No, we do have our cut and emboss folders that is for that sort of style. This isn't it, but this just goes to show if you do it by mistake, don't worry, don't panic. You are absolutely fine, but I don't recommend you do that one. So what I'm just going to do is I want to obviously have that wee bit emboss that wee bit deeper, because what you have to keep in mind, because I left that in there, you're not getting as much pressure onto the embossing because that's holding it back slightly. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just simply going to pop it back in, and because what you can just do is just slot it back in, so you can then start to feel where you've already embossed it. So I can feel that's not really budging now, that's in place to where it was. So what I'm just going to do, let's just maneuver that one over again, there we go. So that's it now back in place. So then let's do it properly. So I've taken the die out, so now we can just run this one through. So as that one goes through, so do your die cutting first, then run it through the embossing. So then that's going to give you the start of the aperture. But then what we're going to do is we've also got the Gildan wax on the show as well. So let's take that one. So let's remove this one. So now, if I just tip it up that way, hopefully we can maybe see some of the light that could grasp it. However, what we are just going to do is we're going to bring in the Gildan wax. Now I'm going to use the 3 of them. King Gold, we've got Antique Gold, and we've also got Renaissance Gold. And we're going to be putting that onto the black. Keeping in mind, this is still the texture black within the 12x12 bundle. and you can still emboss it. You can still do your gilding wax through it as well.
230, Craig, as well. Good sort of all-round weight, would you say?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. It's not one that I would tend to suggest to use as a card blank.
No.
This is certainly one that's going to be perfect for your die cutting, your embossing. You know, if you want to do your foiling onto it as well, then that just gives you a nice textured look when it comes to your foiling. You can absolutely stamp your sentiments on it, but again, keeping in mind, you're going to get a bit of that textured effect. Throughout the show today, I have got a few of the demos where I've stamped my sentiment onto the texture, so you can still read it, it's still really clear, but you get that bit of textured look coming through the print. So really, there's nothing that you can't do with the texture card that you could do with other cards. An absolute push, if this is all you had as a new beginner, then you know you could use it as a card blank, but I wouldn't suggest it. You want maybe something a lot heavier, or not even a lot heavier, a bit heavier, like maybe Centura Pearls or our white stamping card. But what I'm just doing now is I've just, with the King Gold, I've just kind of gone over all of the holly leaves. And then with the, I have got the antique gold, I'm just starting to pick out some of the detail within other parts of the holly leaves. So I'm just working my way around, and I don't know if you can see, but I'm not being really precise or pernickety. I'm just using the gilding wax with my finger, just where I want that little bit of detail.
Gilding wax perfect for Christmas, isn't it, Craig?
Oh, absolutely.
Something about it. There's a really lovely sort of warmth that it adds to projects.
It is, and I think, you know, gilding wax, glitters, you get the okay, so to speak, to use at any time of the year, but absolutely, it's kind of like that, you know, that nod to that, right, now it's time, it's Christmas, get out the gilding waxes, get out the glitters, get out your sparkle pens, which funny enough, actually, we've got on the show as well that we'll be using as well. So it really is, if there's any time to really get nice and sparkly and glittery, it's Christmas time, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So then there we go, so just using the 3 different tones. And you can then even, you know, go on, add a little more accents to it if you want. But you can see even then, from up there, it picks out all of that detail just there. So then, let's just take just a bit of a cloth and we're just going to wipe just that excess down. And then any excess that stays onto your glass mat, I just want to show you, get your adhesive cleaner, so stick away. And this just shows you how really quick this just cleans off anything like that. Perfect. Straight away, that's it done, dusted.
Holy smokes, that was quick.
Ray
says, can you use sponges with a gilding wax, Craig?
You can do. I've tried sponges, I've tried the makeup sponges, I've tried our blending pads. I do find you do get the best application with your finger, because you can guide it and gauge it more with a lot of pressure or a lot less. However, if maybe you can't maybe use your fingers, or for whatever reason, use your blending foam, that will be absolutely fine.
Perfect.
So now what I'm then just going to do is I'm just going to take the other 3 layers just here. So I'm going to take this deeper tone of yellow. So this is the first one. So this is where we're going to bring in our nesting dies. So let's bring in with the largest one first. So then what I'm just going to do as well, so I'm just using this top one as a guide again. So I'm just popping that straight over the top, and I'm just going to centralize that within the middle, and we're just going to tape that one down. So as if we tape that one down, so let's just square this one off again. Keeping in mind all the layers are 5 by 7. So then let's just tape that one, and then we're just gonna tape this one down at the bottom. Let's just square that one off.
That tape loves you today, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it? It really does. We've got good to go with all the tape. Let's see how much trouble it's going to cause us. We're just going to use our plates to go through. Feels ages since I've been on Crafters TV.
It does.
Joe.
It's been. When was the last time you were here?
It was just about a week ago.
Yeah, I mean that
seems
like
a bit longer.
ages. Yeah, loads of people were chatting away about their teddy bears. Evelyn says, "I have a little tiger from the year I was born. Your panda looks in wonderful condition, Craig." Alison says, "Well, I still have all my stuffed bears from when I was little. We have my daughter's dolly. She's in a vacuum sealed bag because she was falling apart and not stitchable. Bless her."
Oh, what a shame. Poor wee thing.
You're very funny I don't know why, like, you're just all the lulls today, Craig. I'm not sure why. You're just really making me laugh. I don't know why.
I'm not even trying to. That's a scary thing. So that's us now done our second layer just there. So then what I'm going to do is bring in our next tone of yellow. And then again, I'm just going to line these ones up. Now what I've done is I've come from the next square down. That's just then going to go into place. And then what we're just going to do is line that one on, and we're just going to tape that one down. So this part is quite repetitive, and the fact is all that we're doing is each layer, we're just going to increase that square aperture size by size. We're doing all the layers, but if you wanted to, you can then absolutely maybe just do a couple if you wanted to. Maybe just use the detail die of the nativity on its own if you wanted to. That's entirely up to you. Have a wee play.
I mean, the thing is with these as well, Craig, they are a little bit of a considered purchase to say as a whole, as the large collection, absolutely worth every single penny because of the interchangeability. I mean, you wouldn't know that it was the same die that created, even if you just went for the square, you wouldn't know that the one die or a collection had created all of the different looks and feels, and they are really different in styles, aren't they, which I think is wonderful.
Absolutely. And then because you were shown right at the start, so for instance this square one, once again if I just tape that one down, but just to show you again just very quickly, is you've got the nativity that we're using, but the fact is you've got these other two ones within that same set that you can be using. But again, just use them on their own if you wanted to. Just cut into a square. That could be a 4x4 card, a 6x6, could be a tag if you wanted to as well. Have a look elsewhere that you could use them. Same with the square dies. You've got 3 of them, so you could then be using them for again tags, or maybe just to do your mats and layers for your sentiments. Maybe you've got extra toppers or pattern papers left over from Nature Garden, Sarah's Signature, Hunky Dory. Use these ones as a mat and layer as well. They really are going to be able to be used elsewhere within your crafting. So I've just taken that last one off, so let's just carefully peel these ones off. But just to show as well, although I'm not going to use these ones just now, you've got all these squares that you can be using if you wanted to. So we've got that one, and we do have what would have been that other one just in there. So you could start to use them elsewhere too. But then if I just start to layer these ones up, so then if I then just start, you can see that one there. So straight away what you're starting to do is you're starting to look into the aperture of the square. So what I'm going to do is let's move all that one just out the way. Now what you could do is this is where you would just take a card blank, fold it in half, and that is your card blank done. What we're going to do is we're just going to use acetate. So we've just taken an A4 sheet of acetate, or it could be your letter size for it, stateside, folded it in half. So this is where we're starting really easy with this one, but then just to make it look that wee bit more complicated when it's not, we're using the acetate. So what I'm going to do for this one, I'm going to bring in, on the show as well, we've got our A4 foam pad sheets. We've also got some of the other sizes, but these ones are perfect for these dies. And what I'm just going to do is, the reason they're perfect is because you can cut them to whatever size you want. So for this one, what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to trim these ones down. So let's just trim these. Now, I would of course be more sparing, you know what I'm like, but it just goes to show that you can take these ones, that's a full foam pad sheet. So then we're just, or strip even. Let's just cut that to place.
They are available as well, those foam pad sheets, double-sided, Craig, $7.99 or $11.99 if you want to grab those.
And then all that we're just doing is then, like I say, cut them to the size you want, and then we can just pop them into place.
Can we die cut these, Craig?
Absolutely, you can do, yeah. You can, no problem at all. So what we'll just do is, let's do this one. And then what I'll also do, just to show you, while we take these bits off, let's just take, actually, you know what, let's leave it like that. We'll come back to what we're doing just in a moment, but I just want to show you. Now, any die or aperture, let's take one of these. So let's take the stag, okey-doke. So you can imagine this is, you've die cut it onto a piece of card, or you can even, have I got a bit of card about? I'm bound to.
Craig's going rogue.
I am, just to show you. So, tell you what, let's take the backing off of this one, and I'm going to, if we can get there, we go. So if we take that backing off, and then what I'm just going to do is let's pop this bit of card over the top just there. So instantly there's a full backed foam sheet with your cardstock. So I'm just going to trim this excess off just here. Now let's move this one out of the way. So yep, we're using the aperture die. However, what you can be doing, any of your nesting dies, anything with quite an easy shape to it, let's just pop that one on. And then same configuration as any other card. So that could obviously, that would be your plastic shim magnetic and your top plate, but not doing anything different. Actually, as it's just waiting to come out, we'll just show you what that then looks like. So straight away, let's remove that one out the way. And then what I'm just going to do is then, if I then peel all these, so you just need to just take your time just to prise these little bits out. But you can see, so that bit there, that's just the back end, that'll come off in a moment. So if we then just prise all these bits out, so you can then see we've now got our own foam pad aperture.
Oh, that's awesome, Craig. I love that.
So if you wanted to lift that up off your card, instead of using smaller ones, then you can just use that full sheet. So let's take these bits off, and then let's take these bits off, and we've got these little bits just here.
I'm really impressed that those guys cut that foam pack. It's quite thick, isn't it?
It is, yes. So within the pack, you get 3 different sizes within the pack. I think there's 5 sheets and 3 different sizes within it. But I just want to show you of course, because this is the aperture one, what you would just do is either use the right size cardstock beforehand or trim it down afterwards. But even just like these little bits just here, these are all die cut. So you just need to be careful just because these are little fiddly bits. So we won't spend too long, but we'll just take this bit out and then we'll just finish what we were doing. But just wanted to show you how, let's peel that backing off now. And we're just going to peel all that off. That's the backing now off. So if you like to do your shaker cards and you want to again lift it up, sandwich it with maybe any of acetate or vellum or anything like that, that gives you that full bit. And again, we'll just take these little bits just out there and there. And then that is that design. But again, that could be your nesting dies, that could be the backgrounds for maybe your sentiment, anything like that you can be doing.
Awesome, I love that, Craig.
Keeping in mind what you could do as well as use it as pads for glitter. So on the sticky side, you could then use it for glitters and that as well.
Oh,
so
Craig, so many options with these.
It is. So don't just think as though you have to use the large A4 foam pad sheets for foam pad backends. Use it for all different ways. But what we'll just do now is, let's just take these bits off. So if we just press these down, make sure that they're nice and secure, and we're just taking all these wee bits off. So let's peel these ones off. So you can see from the side ones, if you're using them in big strips, then it's a lot less time consuming because they're obviously covering a fuller area. But even these ones, so these ones I've cut to size, so I'm not dictated by the size that I've got within my stash. So what I'm going to do first with this one is I'm going to go straight to my acetate card blank. So again, this is just A4 folded in half. So what I'm going to do with this top
heavyweight
layer,
acetate?
it is, yeah. So I know we've got heavyweight acetate, or if you've got any hunky-dory in previous shows of ours, you could be using that. So what I'm just going to do is pop that one on into there. And then what I'm just going to do is, just so that we don't see that the backing of the foam pads, let's just bring in this next layer. So then let's just turn this one around. And then all that I'm just going to do is let's use our tape runner. And then I'm just going to work my way around, just round there. So we're just going to place that one on. And then what I'm just going to do again is let's just overlay that. So I'm just matching it up because it's all 5x7 that it's cut. And then press that. So there's our first layer. And then what we've done is we've covered the workings on the back. Then we can take these last 2 layers just here. So then this one, what we'll just do first is let's just...
Panda's looking really impressed with your demo, you know.
Is he?
I can see him a lot looking, behind you there. I mean, he's not averted his gaze once from your demo.
He's that engrossed in what I'm doing. He sees me doing it time and time again, and now he's watching here. He's watching me at work.
He's so proud of you, Craig.
Ah, really? That's nice. He's been sitting in the loft, bless him.
Has he?
Yeah. He's out now.
How could you leave him in the loft, bless him?
I mean, just from obviously when I moved, and I've never got round to packing.
How long have you been there now?
Maybe about 14, 15 months.
Poor thing.
So all that I've just done now, to get it evenly on the back just there, I've just overlapped that onto the back. And then just so that we're getting it in that perfect position, all that I'm just going to do now is just close that one. Let's turn it the right way. Now they've got the aperture going all the way through that you can see there. You could just cut another bit of cardstock and then pop it onto the back. That's going to cover up the workings. But then you can also then pop another wee bit where you can write a sentiment or that. But then all that we're just going to do is, just to finish it off, let's just take our glue gel. I've got a ribbon just here. So let's just pop that one into the corner. What you'll also find within this one here, you've also got the option where you can die cut another star. So on that one, it's black because we used the black cardstock, but I've just ran it through again with some gold glitter card. Awesome. And then what I'm just going to do is we can pop that one back in. So let's just use our glue gel for this one.
These would work brilliantly as box frames, wouldn't they? As if you're doing home decor, Craig.
And that's it. If you just want to use this top layer, that could be in the top of a box.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to use all layers. And then all that I'm just going to do is I'm just going to take some of our holly leaves from, I think it's Perfect Poinsettia, or we also had some within the Vintage Christmas range. You could be using them, but we're just then going to pop these ones on. And I've also just got is a little bit of bling, pop that one on. And then there we go. So there is the square one. So we've then used the nativity scene. But what we've just done is you can obviously do it at your speed. This one is a very straightforward one. However, if you were then to incorporate the acetate, that's really going to make it go that wow factor. However, it's not taken any more, it's not made it any more difficult than if it was just a cardstock card blank.
But it looks really, really effective still as well, which is awesome. Vicky over on Facebook says, afternoon, all hope you are all well. I have a bear from when I was 8, now 30, sits in my bedroom. Only thing in my craft room that is kind of like a teddy is my cat. However, she has taken my chair up. Oh, you need to move her off. How rude. Peggy says, go and lay in her bed. That'll teach her. Peggy says, the colours on the paper pads are really nice. Craig, you are the boss of embossing, says Janet as well. Loads of people still talking about their bears as well. Now make sure you send those pictures in to us. We want to see pictures of your teddy bears. Because is it National or International Day, Laura? International Bring Your Bear to Work Day, and I think your craft room is, I'm sure people, I saw a lot of you spend more time in your craft room than you do at work, which is awesome. Right, let me take you back through this collection. I want to break it down as well, and I'll show you all of the different options and ways that you've got of getting this. So you've got the square option first. So within the square, what you've got is you've got that one that you've just seen Craig use there, which is that beautiful nativity scene. Then you've got the angel there as well. And you've got that stag in there too. And then the nesting dies, which are going to allow you to create that aperture, which is awesome. Now, if you're buying this die is $24.99 or $29.95. When you buy that, we give you the embossing folder free, which is awesome. So you're going to get the holly leaves in there as well, which is brilliant. So it's going to give you all that extra detail and extra texture. Then you've got the this one just here, which is your arched one. Now the arch, what you're going to get is you're going to again get all of the different nesting dies for the tunnel element, and then you've got the 3 different dies that you need. So you've got the stocking in there, you've got that snowman too, and you've then got the baubles in there as well. And you will again get a free embossing folder with this one. So with the arch, you're going to get that frosted brick. The arch is actually your favourite option individually at the moment. And then finally, the last option for you is the circle tunnel as well. I really like this one. I think this one might be my favourite. I think it's quite playful, and also I think the themes are really versatile. You could give these to anyone. You've got the snowflake in here, the Christmas pudding is loads of fun, and you've got the lights in there too. And when you grab that, we're going to give you the embossing folder totally free of charge when you're going for the individuals, and you'll get this one, which is your snowflake kisses. So that one is going to be in there for you as well. Now, they are available individually, but if you're going for the large collection, which I'll give you the details for in a moment, you will get all the paper pads as well. Details of the paper pads individually are on your screen. These are new. We did the 8x8 texture cardstocks. You guys absolutely love them. And now what we've done is we've done them in a 12x12 size for you, which is awesome. So you've got 4 different pads in here. You've got your warm tones, which have got all of these beautiful colours. So you've got your really dark fuchsias and pinks all the way through to your your pale pinks, and then into your red. So that is your warm tone. 36 sheets in each of these. They're 12 by 12 and 230 GSM. You've got the neutrals here, which is your blacks, through into your greys, and then all the way through into your whites. The sunflower, this is a really interesting colour combination. You've got all of your greens and oranges in here, which are lovely, really beautiful pops of colour there for you. And then finally, the last one here is your cool tones. Now, over the last few weeks, the cool tones has been the one that you guys have absolutely loved. It has been your favourite, and it is in the lead again today, actually. I think it's because it's got that Crafters Companion purple in there, and then through into those icy blues, into those lovely dark blues for you as well. When you get these all together in this bundle like here, $59.97 or $74.85, that's you're paying for 3 and we're sending you 4 in essence, which is absolutely awesome. Now, if you're going for the large collection, which is basically everything together, you're also going to get these included too. Now, these are your Festive Curve banner sentiments, and these are going to help you turn that concept into a full project, which is absolutely awesome. So if you're getting it all together, details are there on your screen. $134.94 or $164.70. Everyone saves $39.95 or $58.75. Club Inspire Platinum members, your saving would be $66.94 if you're in the UK. That would make it $107.95. You'd be saving $91.69 in the US. That means your Platinum price today is $131.76, which is brilliant. Also, we're going to give you free postage and packaging or free shipping and handling too. So we'll send all of this lovely lot out to you. So it's totally up to you how you want to go for it. You can either dip your toe in, go for any of the individual collections, you can go for the paper pads, or you can go for the whole thing together. And when you go for the whole thing together, you've got all of the options. Because of that interchangeability, you've actually got 12 different concept dies coming your way, which is absolutely awesome. Sorry, 9 different concept dies coming your way, which is going to give you loads and loads of versatility. Especially then you then start playing around with different styles and you know, textures, getting glitter cards involved. There's going to be loads you're going to do with this. Now, I want to move on to something else that's really busy, and it is the Totally Tiffany 2-drawer storage and supply case. Now, half of this has sold out and gone. Totally Tiffany, lots of you have been totally Tiffanized since we launched Totally Tiffany here at Crafters Companion. Half of the stock has now gone on this. And this is awesome because it's an A4 organiser, which is awesome. But then what you've got inside are these 2 drawers, which are brilliant. These are awesome for storing 5x7 embossing folders in here as well. So they're the perfect size to allow you to do that. What you've then got is, as well as the 2 trays, with this collection, you've also then got a couple of extra bits. So you've got the magnetic sheets which are coming in here. They're going to allow you to store your dies on there should you wish. And then you've got the stamp storage pockets as well in there. So you can store all of your different stamps. You could maybe have magnets in one half, stamp pockets in the other half. It is completely up to you. If you want to grab that, £21 or $24. Now, as I would urge you to always do, definitely get yourself over to the website and see everything that's in this show, because there's loads of other stuff. Foam pads and foam sheets and sparkle pens and gilding waxes, you name it, it is over there. There's absolutely loads. crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.au. Have a look at everything that's in the show, and you can watch and shop at the same time over there as well. Now, loads of you still chatting as well about your bears. Let's see what people are saying. Sarah says, hi Crafters TV, I've sent my pictures in of my teddy bears with my special one I've had since I was a little girl. I hope you get to see them and enjoy them. No doubt we'll have a look at those as we go through the show, Sarah. Wendy says, I have all my stuffed toys since I was born. My biggest one's a 4-foot tall, a teddy, and a 3-foot tall tiger. Wow. Make sure you pop us in some pictures, Wendy. We'll have a look at those as we go through the show. Right, Craig, what do you want to share with us next?
I know. He's good, isn't he? He's good. I know, he's good. I know. Did you notice his iPad's the wrong way around as well? Did you see that? I know,
Is it?
That's good. That's good, isn't it? I know. Anyway, yeah. My mum's commented today, saying, good afternoon, Craig and Joe. I thought your mum
was calling you then for a second.
No. I wouldn't be surprised. Saying, always love watching your shows. I'm one proud mum.
Oh, how cute is that? My mum's not texting me, I'm afraid.
No.
She can't text, that's why.
Well, actually, she didn't text that. She actually wrote on Crafters TV on my Facebook wall. So, Rightio. Right, we're going to use the circle ones for this one. What we're going to do is we've got the sparkle pens on the show as well. So I'm going to be using the Spring Summer set. Well, I'm going to be using one of them. This one, let's go for the soft jade on this one. So what we're going to do first is we have, again, from the Sunflower collection, we are using 3 shades of the green that we can see just here. But what I've also just done is I've just brought in a piece of our watercolour cardstock. So again, all 5x7. So what I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to bring in my pen. Now, absolutely, you can do what I'm a way to do it with the sparkle pots. They're exactly the same contents, just a different way of applying them. So I'm just going to add just a bit of water onto my colour cardstock. So I just want to get that colour or that water down so that we can put the colour on in a moment. Now you can go straight on with the pen, with the brush if you wanted to, but all that I'm just going to do is, I'm just going to press several times. I'm just going to get that ink down onto my mat. Now I'm using my craft mat that we can see just here.
There's loads of different options for the sparkle pens in this show, Craig. Definitely get yourself over to the website and you'll see all of them. And there's a great deal on those craft mats as well. We don't have as many of the craft mats as we would like.
The craft mats are great. Now you hear me saying it time and time again that, you know, they're wipeable, they're heat proof as well. So if you like to do any of your heat embossing, you can do that. Everything that you can do onto your craft mat, you can do onto your glass mat. But the reason I like to use mine is because I can do exactly what I'm going to do just in a moment. And that is just lay down that bit of colour. You can add more if you want. I'm not doing blending or anything like that. I'm just getting that colour down. And then what I would do is I would set that to the side. Then straight away I can just move that out of the way. And then I can carry on crafting and I can come back and clean that up later on. There's no stopping having to clean your glass mat and that. But this is then just laying that colour down. So I've gone very light. I wanted a pastel look to keep in line with the card I'm away to make. So you could leave that to dry naturally or heat dry it. So this is one that I done literally just before we started on the show. So even though we've watered it down, we still get, I don't know if we can kind of see the sparkle.
I'm just about to pick it out there, Craig.
Just about. You know, you don't lose that intensity of sparkle. Even when you're adding water down to it, you get so much sparkle coming through. So what I'm just going to do now is let's take all these layers. So I've got my 4 all good to go now. So this is why I went with that soft jade tone, because I want to keep it within lines of the colours. And then we're going to bring in our interchangeable circle tunnel, and we're also going to bring in the snowflake kisses. So let's bring in our folder and let's bring in our die. So for this one, you're getting the Christmas baubles, you're getting the snowflakes, and you're also getting the holly leaves. Great, again, to use as standalone, and you've even got these ones that we will be using, but great for your nesting dies. So let's use the holly leaves.
I'm thinking if you were clever with these and played around with them, Craig, you could make your own hanging ornaments, I guess, with these round ones.
Of course you could. Absolutely, yeah, you could do. No problem at all. Because what happens is, let's just even take, we'll do this one and I'll show you. So again, I'm just going to use this as a guide, my folder as a guide, remembering to take out my die in a moment.
I thought you were about to do it again then.
No, you don't have to use this as a guide, but I just find that it's a perfect way to get that kind of in the right place. So then all that I'm just going to do is, I'm just going to remove that. Now, these little circles you can see here, they're there for a reason, because what they actually do is if we come along later on, and this circle you could cut into red cardstock, and then that gives you the berries for your holly.
Nice.
So it's the wafer thin die, so it's your, what I would say is your normal combination of plates. Now these, folder wise, these will go through your Gemini Junior, same with all the dies, which means of course they'll go through the large Gemini. So let's remove this one out of the way. So then now, if we then carefully just peel this one off. So we've now started to get our holly in the middle. So if I remove these, so this is where, if you use a bit of white card, if you were to run that through again, this is when you're going to get 3 holly berries there, but would obviously be in the red. So if we'll have time, I might do that again, but I do have a few already good to go. So there is this one. So now what we can do, bringing in our folder once again. So what I'm just going to do for this one is line this back up, and because you've got no design within the center, what that means is that surrounding area gets embossed, but your holly doesn't. That stays nice and flat. So let's just line that one up again, just within the centre of the folder.
Could you see
Just there.
yourself using these embossing folders away from this collection, Craig?
Of course, absolutely. Because what you would just do then is instead of die cutting first, just actually emboss a full sheet. Then if you had any toppers, again, it could be ours, it could be circle sentiments, it could be any other, it could be your peekaboo dies, you know, and you use the circles to create your own plain aperture. It could be then the focal point of shaker cards as well, pop acetate, vellum behind, all these different things that you can be doing. But because it's one of our folders, again, what you can do that I like to do sometimes, I'm going to do it with this one just to show you. If you want that embossing to be that wee bit more extra depth to it, add in your metal shim, and we're just going to run that one through. So
Awesome.
that one then goes through.
Sharon says, Craig, second time commenting, good afternoon, crafty brothers. That's what she calls us. So how lovely is that? Nice to see you both. Love watching you when you're both on together. Great laugh and fab demos, Craig. Sharon in Hastings in East Sussex.
Thank you very
thanks for
much,
that,
Sharon.
Oh, I bet it's a bit breezy down there today on the south coast, Craig.
I bet it is. I know. It's not that too good here, so I can only
really not.
imagine what it's like there. Like, I just catch that. So we've got that sparkle within the sparkle pen. We've got that embossing as well. But then what I'm even just going to do is I'm going to bring in our Misty Morning. So this is our water reactive ink pads.
It almost looks a bit like you've made your own pearlescent paper,
It
is what it
does.
looks like, doesn't it?
Exactly.
In whatever colour you need.
Any colour you need. So if you maybe can't stretch to any Centura Pearl, then absolutely do exactly what I've just done, and that was give the cardstock a coating with your sparkle pen, and then leave it to dry, and that's you got your own backing of your Centura Pearl. And the good thing is you can do it any size. You can do it up to A4 if you wanted to. You could do it bigger if you had bigger cardstock. But just by adding the ink round the edges, again, it just picks up some of the snowflakes. You can be using the Gildan waxes if you want, but straight away, that is now the focal point of your card. So let's move all that out the way. Let's just bring in our plates once again. So then what we're just going to do is I will do one layer, and then because it's quite repetitive, I have a couple of others already done. So let's bring in our first layer here. So let's take this one. So again, I'm then just going to bring in my circles. So we're starting with the large one, working our way down. So let's just roughly place that in 5 by 7 so they're all lined up just perfectly. And then we're just going to tape that one down. So let's take this one. So if I line that one up, get it kind of centered.
This one would make a great shaker card, wouldn't it, Craig?
It would, yeah, it really, really would. I don't know what it is about circles, but I think when it comes to shaker cards, circles just really makes it go wow that wee bit more. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the curvature, the shape, whatever it is, but when it comes to shaker cards, you tend to find, certainly I do anyway, I do a lot of circles. Ovals work well, but doesn't stop you from doing any of your different shapes with any of your other dies. But there, straight away, is our first layer. And again, there is another layer that you can be keeping, using it elsewhere, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing just shortly. So that is our second layer already done. Then let's bring in our third layer that I've already done beforehand, and then let's also bring in our fourth layer there. So then you can see that we're looking into
awesome.
the card there. So let's remove these ones out of the way. So then what I'm going to do for these ones is let's bring in our A4 foam pad sheet, which is here. And again, we're just going to start to layer these up. What I've done is I've brought in an A5 card blank, and I've just created my own easel. So it's just the A5 folded in half, or it's A4 folded in half, or letter size, and then folded in half again, just to create the easel effect just here. Bringing in our tape runner. So I've just used, I've got my tape already good to go. I've just taken a piece of Sarah's Glistening Snowflake collection. This is from the 12 by 12, and just chopped it down. And we're just going to pop that one into
paper,
here. So you can see that I'm keeping in line with the greens, the mints, the duck egg blues. I'm pulling all these colours in together. We've got the silver running through there. And because, although it's Misty Morning, it's a deep grey tone, it gives kind of a satin silver look when it comes to there. So then let's move that one out the way. Let's build these ones up again. So just bring in, this was the A4 sheet and I've just cut them down into strips.
Do you always use foam pads for these and sort of build them up and add dimension, or would you put them down flat sometimes, Craig?
You can use them flat if you want, absolutely. The thing with dimensional and tunnels, it kind of goes hand in hand by adding height to it. Now, yes, it could be your pads or it could be your glue gel if you wanted to, but if you don't want extra height to it, if you don't want a lot of dimension to it because maybe you're posting them, then just use your double-sided tape or your tape runner. It's entirely up to yourself. Now, you know me, you know I would use a lot more than this, but just for time and speed, what we're just going to do is we're just going to be layering all these ones up. So then we'll just do a few layers instead. So let's just do one there and then one there. So when we can take the backing off here, and then we'll just do the next one just here. And then what I'm going to do is pop that one there, and then let's also do this one. What you'll have noticed, well, maybe you'll have noticed, if I bring back in that holly leaf, I've still popped a bit of foam into the middle there, because what's going to happen when we lift all these layers up, what I want to then do is I actually want to press the holly leaf down.
Oh,
so
wow.
it's kind of looking at a bit of a dip, because we're going to add some berries just in a moment. So what we
Awesome.
can do is let's just layer these ones up, Joe.
Betsy saying, Craig, I still have the teddy bear that I got as a toddler. I am 62. He is in perfect condition. I keep him in an airtight bag in my cedar closet, and I call him Yogo. We'd love to see Yogi. I'd love to see a photo of him, please, Betsy. That would be really lovely. Rosalind saying green is her favourite colour, Craig, so she's really looking forward to how this project turns out. Carlos saying she got those craft mats and she loves them as well. A few of you letting me know you've got these. Diana, June, Cecilia, Betsy, all got their hands on these already, and would love to see if you've been creating anything with these guys. You can send them to us, of course, at studio@craftscompanion.co.uk is where you send your pictures as always. I'm still really amazed with that top layer of cardstock isn't a pearlescent printed cardstock, Craig. It looks awesome.
It does, doesn't it? You know, and that is simply, all that is, it's just a bit of our watercolour card and our soft jade pen. And obviously I used a bit of water, and that was all that I'd done with that one, and you get that effect just here. What I'm then just going to do, just right down in this back bit, you can still see through. So what I'm going to do is, if I then take that back layer of foam pad off, just here, then I've just got just a piece of our silver card. This is from our silver luxury card pack, and this is our mirror. And all that I'm just doing is popping that one over. So if I press that one in and press the
That's really
the
clever. I love
holly.
that, Craig.
So if I tip it that way, you can kind of see, it will straighten up in a moment when we pop it in the card blank, but we're looking at the holly. See how it's got a bit of a dip? So it dips in there. So then what I'm just going to do is let's bring in our tape runner, and what we're also wanting to do is, because we're going to pop it onto this side, which means we only want it to the bottom half of adhesive. So let's just add our tape runner just into here. I'll get a wee bit more as well. And then what I'm just going to do is I'm going to pop this one on. Now, I've got mine oversized because I wanted it to fit an A5 envelope, but then straight away you can see there, and if I turn it that way, how it starts to build up and we're getting that effect. So then all that we're just going to do now is let's take a bit of cardstock. Now, keeping in mind, keeping all the circles, so you would then cut all the ones that I've already done, and then just using your double-sided tape runner or your double-sided tape, I've just layered them up. But like you were saying, Joe, I just popped them flat, so I've not popped any foam pad, and then I've just chopped maybe about a third of the top off. This is then going to be the stopper for our card.
Oh, awesome.
So I'm going to set that one just there, so if we can see there, that then becomes the stopper. Then what I'm just going to do is let's just run this one through again. So let's take the holly, and I'm going to chop out the holly. So it's already done, but I just wanted to show you how it would look and what I would do to chop it out. So let's take that one.
Bernie's saying how beautiful the papers are that are available in this collection. She says, I might buy some if Christine Mahoney has left some for the rest of us. They are available. Loads of you going for them on their own. A lot of you actually multi-ordering on those as well. You can get them individually or as a collection. I'll give you all those details in a little while. The details for all 4 of the card pads are there on the bottom of your screen, which is awesome. 230, quite a heavyweight cardstock for a pad as well, isn't it, Craig? Like, it's really substantial.
Absolutely. And, you know, keeping in mind, it's not just smooth, it is a texture one as well. So you've got that effect there. So really good as well if you want to distress the edges or anything like that when it comes to them. Now I'm just taking the holly. Now you could then do a wee pencil line if you wanted to. I'm just going to freehand this just to show you. But all that I would just do is just finish off the points. So I would just work my way in, just freehand, and I would do that with all 3 sides, which would then give me this one. So that gives us our holly. And then like I showed earlier on, just with some red satin card within the luxury pack, die cut that again. And then what that does is this gives us our round berries. But all that I just done was, let's just show you with the green one just here. I'd taken one of our ball tools from our flower forming range. And let's see, have we got, here we go, we've got a mat just here. So I'm just going to use our tool here. And then all that I would just do is just run round. And then you'll see just in a moment how it adds shape to it. So it makes it more curved that we can see just there. So that's all that I've done with the 3 red berries. So again, it's adding that extra bit of depth and dimension to your card. So let's bring back in our card blank. And then all that I'm going to do for this one is just using my fingers, I'm just going to shape the actual holly leaf. Then I'm just going to pop my adhesive into the middle. Now you can offset it if you want, or you can pop it straight over the top, which is what I'm going to do just there. So press that one on. Let's bring in the holly berries that we've just pre-cut before. I've already got my foam pad on the back. So we're just...
I really think that little bit of silver mirror behind makes a big difference, doesn't it? It really lifts it.
It does. It does. It just makes that bit of shine, and it complements the actual sparkle that you've got on the surrounding area. And then what I've also done is bringing in these sentiment shapes, or these sentiment tags. You've got your 3 dies just here. So we've got the 3 banners, and you've got all these sentiments that works with it. Works really, really well. So I've already die cut one of them out. So you've got your 3 different sizes that you can see just there. So I've done that twice. And then all that I've just done is stamped out from our home and to yours. And with the same Misty Mountain, I just went around the edges very lightly. And then what I can then do is, again, they're already got the backing over the backs with your foam. So I'm just going to take some of these. So let's go from our home, and then this one can go along the bottom, just there. And then we will do this one, and we'll pop that one along the bottom just here. And then what we'll just do, again, just to finish off, let's just use some of our glue gel. I've just taken a red ribbon bow, pop that one into the corner, and then there we go. If I bring this one back in, so we've created that easel card, and yeah, there's depth to it because we've layered it up with foam pads, but if you wanted to just use your tape runner double-sided tape, you absolutely can do. But we're looking into the actual tunnel. We've got that bit of silver card in the background. We've used our sparkle pen all the way around, and a bit of water reactive ink.
Absolutely, I think it's a really, really striking card, that one, Craig. Tall Chicky says, love this demo and this particular die as well. Alison says, I have this whole collection. I made one card. I need to use it more. You do indeed. Serenity says, do you get 3 banners in every tunnel collection? You don't. So the banners are a separate. Now, you can get them individually, as well as they will come to you in that big collection as well. So can you get them individually, Producer Laura, or are they only available? Oh, you can get them individually. If you want to get them individually, then they are available. They're $7.99 or $9.95. Let me run you through what else you're getting in the big collection. Remember, because you can go for this collection in the smaller bundles that it comes in, or the big collection. I'll give you the details firstly of the smaller collection. So with the smaller collections, what you're going to get is you're going to get one of the tunnel dies. So you're going to get, with this one here, you're going to get the arched window, for instance, and in there you've got the stocking, you've got the baubles ornaments, and you've also then got that snowman as well. Now within each and every one of these, you're going to get, when you're getting it in a smaller configuration, a free embossing folder that goes with it. So with this one, you're going to get the frosted brick, which is this one just here. That one is going to come included for you. I've just dropped half of them off the side. I'll go pick those up in a minute. What am I like? This one here is your square. So with the square, you've got the nativity scene, you've got the angel there, and you've also got that stag in there with the moon as well. And then your free embossing folder is going to come in there, which is your holly berries, which is this one just here, which is really, really beautiful. The next one you've got as well, the next style is the circle. I think the circle's my favourite actually. You've got the holly in here, you've got those snowflakes, you've got the lights. Might be really fun, Craig, don't you think, to get like all different colour mirror cards and put over all the individual lights.
Yeah.
Would be really, really lovely. You are going to get free embossing folder with that. You're going to have to wait there though whilst I go and retrieve it. I'm coming back. It's ended up halfway across the studio. And then you're also going to get this embossing folder included with that, which is your snowflake kisses as well. So they're the three different ways of getting them. So you can get them in their individuals, or what you can do is go for the whole collection. Now within the rest of the whole collection, what you're also going to get is you're going to get the 4 different paper pads. Now these are brand new. They were brand new for these collections, and they are a textured cardstock. So they've got a very, very slight linen texture to them. So you're going to receive the cool tones, which is this one here. You're going to also get the sunflower, which is this one with all of the gorgeous oranges and the greens. You're going to get the neutrals in here, which is your blacks through to your greys, all the way through to your whites. Very, very handy, that one. And then you've got the warm tones in here as well. You'll get those. These are available individually as well. If you want to go for the 4 card packs, you can. $59.97 or $74.85. A lot of people going for the big collection, adding an extra one of these in. So you'll get that in the big collection. And then what you'll get is those festive curved banner sentiments that we spoke about as well. So they'll come in for you as well. These are super versatile, whether you're using them with this collection or away from this collection, it's completely up to you. You get all of that, which is awesome. $134.94 or $164.70, which is a great price, which is what, almost £40, almost $60, which you're saving when you get it in this configuration, which is awesome. The other great thing as well is that if you're a platinum member, platinum members can get this today for £107.95 or £131.76. And of course, the price you pay when you're logged in, if you're a Club Inspire member, will be the price you pay, which is awesome. Free postage and packaging on this as well for everyone, and free shipping and handling. So wherever you are, here in the UK or in the US, we'll send it to you completely free of charge as well. We've got a really, really big audience. There's 400 of you watching on YouTube at the moment. So hello to all of you. Something really exciting is happening soon, and I'm really bad. What is it they say, Craig? Loose lips sink ships. I'm really bad at keeping secrets. I've just got to not talk about it for one more day. So here's a little bit of a tease of something that's happening real soon here at Crafters TV.
Ready for some fun? Our biggest celebration ever is right around the corner. So, head on over to the Crafters Companion website and let's get carried away.
Oh, soon. Really, really soon. That's all I'm allowed. I'm not allowed to say how soon. It is very, very soon. We didn't say the date, did we? I've got to wait one more day till I can tell you when it's going to be. Yes, I'm allowed to tell you tomorrow when it's going to be. It isn't happening tomorrow. Oh, I've said too much. Daniel, he always gets me in trouble. I'm leading myself up the garden path here. Do you know what will get me out of this hole? Pictures of teddy bears, absolutely. Look at this pair, Craig. Kelly Jones has sent these in. Oh no, it's Panda's leg's just fallen off. No, it's fine, it's just a plant. Thank you, Kelly, for sending those in. They look awesome. They are super, super cute. They don't look like they're getting much work done, but they do look adorable. The next one we've got here is from Wendy. Sent us this one in. Wendy Frederick. That's quite the collection there, Craig.
It is. Look at that. Oh, look at the bears. We've got, sorry, Panda's covering my microphone. We've got bears, we've got, dolphins, we've got doggies, we've got catties.
English sheepdog in there, is that?
Yeah.
Loads going on there, love it. Sarah Brown sent us these ones in. How awesome are they?
Oh, look at the one in the middle. It's like Sweep from...
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really, really cute little collection there from Sarah. Brian sent these in to us, Baby Yodas. I'm not sure they're teddy bear, but, you know, I mean, they're of the same thing. They're in his craft room, which means they do count, which is awesome. Right, loads of you still chatting away in the comments as well. Betsy just saying she just sent me a picture of a 60-year-old teddy bear. Maybe we'll see that before the end of the show. Alison, as well, saying I have this whole collection, really to use it more, and that's what it's about. If you've got this collection as well, and you've got any questions about it, or you know you've come up with ways of using it that maybe we haven't thought about yet, then this is a great show to get in and share all of those ideas with us. Something else I want to talk to you about is our luxury cardstock. Now, it's been out of stock for a really long time over on the website. There's loads of options, so I definitely get over there and have a look at them. You've got different colour options for you. I've just got a snapshot of them here, but they are all back in stock. Now, any 4 of these for £30. You get 30 sheets, so you get 10 sheets of the glitter, 10 of the mirror, and 10 of the matte mirror. So this is the ice blue pack. You've also got the same in the reds I've got here in front of me. You've got the silvers and also the greens. The reds and the greens are your favourite at the moment. I can see a lot of Christmas crafting happening with those. These have been out of stock for a little while now, so it's lovely to have them back in stock. Lots of you going for them and lots of you multi-ordering on them as well at the moment. I think these would go lovely with this Aperture collection as well, don't you, Craig?
Absolutely, yeah. And just to say as well, when you see that blue collection, when you've got the Shedless Glitter card in the blue collection, it looks a bit silver. It is actually completely different from the silver set. So don't think that you'd kind of like be doubling up on silver glitter card, because you won't. It's a different shade. So
awesome.
Now that I've got my teddy, Panda needs to go back behind me again. I had him when we were looking at the photos, so he can go there. See if any of my friends happen to watch this, I'm going to get a lot of stick tonight. Remember my tip? What's new? Having my panda on with me.
Oh, I think you do you, Craig.
Do you know something? I wouldn't be surprised if it's not National Take Your Teddy to Work Day, and you have just said it to actually just me turn up.
What would be? Let us know what would be the most ridiculous international day we could come up with.
You'd probably say something like wear your
full Craig
onesie to work day or something.
International Bikram Yoga Day. We'll get Craig doing some hot yoga on the other side of the studio. We'll find something. We'll find something. Hi, hello. I was just trying not to say anything because I knew what I was about to say next was going to get me in trouble, Craig.
I know.
So I just thought, do you know what, Joe? Just stay quiet and nothing bad can happen. Right, the Arch collection next. I believe we're looking at, Craig.
We are indeed. So what we're going to do with this one is if I just show you just quickly, I know Joe showed you in a bit more detail earlier. We've got the Arch, so you can see on this side just here, we've got the stocking. However, you know, that could be for a new baby, you know, a baby booty, you know, if you're doing it pinks or blues, anything like that. But then on the other side, we do have the snowman, snowwoman. We've got the baubles as well, and you can see with the baubles you've got all these little bows that die cut out. Same with the snowman, you've got its eyes, you've got, you know, for its mouth, it's you've also, if I turn it that way, you can see there we go, we've got the carrot, we've got the little birdie in that as well. We've even got the scarf, so you get all these little components that die cut as well. So what we're going to do with this one, again, these are from the neutral range. I've taken 3 shades of your deep greys, and for the top layer, the white, I'm using some of our white watercolour card for this one. And then I'm going to bring in, again, another sparkle pen, but this one is our clear overlay. So I'm going to do very similar to well, it's identical to what I'd done earlier. I want to have a clear sparkle within our white cardstock. So I'm just going to lay the colour down once again, just onto our cardstock. So we're going to pop this one on into here. Now, you will get the best result by using our watercolour cardstock. However, at a push, you can do this onto your texture cardstock, the 12x12. Okay. It's just obviously the cardstock isn't manufactured. It's not made for anything water-like. However, you can get away with adding your sparkle onto it. But if you can, use your watercolour card.
Top tip.
So I'm just going, again, I'm just pressing, but this time I'm just going to go straight onto my cardstock, and I'm just going to work that over the top. So I'm just squeezing lightly as I'm going.
What does wetting the cardstock first do for you, Craig? Why wouldn't you just go straight in on the dry cardstock with it?
You can do, certainly with the clear overlay, you absolutely can do. When we tend to wet it beforehand, that's if we're wanting to blend the colours down. If we've got different colours, we want them blending together, maybe do an ombre effect, maybe even do your different techniques. So if you sprinkle salt onto it, the salt soaks it up and you get that patchy look. You know, there's lots of different techniques where you can pop cling film and all that. We've got different techniques on our YouTube. So watering it down keeps it juicy, so to say, and it allows you to do your different techniques. It's just automatic that even with the clear overlay, I just put some water down because it enables me to just get a nice coverage.
Awesome.
But you could do it without water if you wanted to with the clear overlay.
Some great International Day suggestions coming in. Lorna Jane says it could be, we could tell Craig it was International String Vest Day. That would be a fabulous one. Maybe we could do that. Or we could tell Craig it was International Wear Your Onesie to Work Day. I bet there is an International Wear Your Onesie to Work Day, you know, Craig.
I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised if there is. As it is, I don't actually have a onesie, so I would just be coming in my normal clothes. So, no, I don't have a onesie.
Do you not?
I did
Maybe
years
we
ago.
need to. Well, we know what we're going to get Craig for his birthday, don't we?
But yeah, more like Christmas, I think. You'll have to wait till June next year for my birthday to come around. Now here we go, so we can see, so this is still drying, but if I bring in this one here that I'd done before, so I'd done this at the same time as I'd done that last one, just before we went live, and you can get near enough the same effect as if you have got your spray and sparkle. So I know you guys stateside, you're having trouble getting the spray and sparkle because we can't get it shipped across, but the alternative is using your clear overlay. I'm trying to at least try and get that bit of grass so that you can see. Do you know what I'm going to do? See, when this one dries, once it dries, I'm going to give it to Joe for him to have a look, just so you can vouch that it is very, very sparkly. Right, what we're going to do now is we're taking this one that is now dried. So again, all the layers are 5x7. So what we're going to do for this one is we're going to bring in our folder. So we're going to bring this one in. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm just checking, so there is our embossed side. So what I want to do is, I want to have, now we're at this side here. So all the details within the brickwork just there. What I'm going to do is I'm bringing back in Misty Mornings, and it is just a sheer coincidence that I am using this ink for the two demos that I've done.
The song Amarillo, in my head, it starts with On a Misty Morning, but it doesn't, does
I
it?
don't
What
know.
is the opening line?
On when the day is dawning.
Is it a misty Sunday morning? Oh, it is a misty morning. Yeah, there we go. I thought I was. I thought my brain was making it up, Craig.
Texas
On
Sunday
a
morning.
It's actually a Texas Sunday morning, not a misty, on a Sunday misty morning, on a Texas Sunday morning. Anne says
Close.
International Shiny Purple Shirt Day. We need to tell Craig it is. That would be fabulous. We could tell to Craig that. I think he would deliver there, don't you, Craig?
Well, you never know, although I do like to just leave my purple shirt for the foil press 101s. But, you know, I never know. I'll maybe get the purple shirt out again. I'm sure it could be arranged. I wouldn't be surprised if I'd be tricked into actually wearing it. You never know. But what I've just done with that one is I just covered up the actual detail with that ink. And I just kind of just cleared up that centre part because I didn't really want any ink to be on that one. So again, shiny side down with the sparkle pen. And then I'm just going to close that one. And then what I'm then just going to do is, if I then bring this one in, and then let's just bring in our folders again, and we're going to run this one through. So then we've got the sparkle, then we're going to have all of that ink that's just nicely indented into your embossed areas.
Sandra says that she's got a tartan onesie, Craig, and you can borrow it if you want.
That's very kind. Do you know something? I'd be surprised that I've not had a tartan onesie. You would have thought it would be something that I'd have, but maybe not. Maybe I'll get one in my stocking this year. You never know. Hey, anyone that's got me as Secret Santa, you never know what to do.
There's chatter in the
clearly
gallery
I'm not
about
worth
the
that,
budget for Secret Santa, and maybe that doesn't quite stretch to a onesie, Craig.
I know. I feel loved. I feel loved. Now you can see just here, we've now got all of that ink. It's all nicely indented into the embossed detail. So this
Embedded.
one, it's embedded. The embedded, that's a better word. Yeah, I like that word. Yeah, I'm not going to use Daniel's word. I like Joe's word better. But then we can see just there is, what, do you think I sounded like Joe on that one there? No? No, that's okay. There we go. So you can see now, even then, I know we've got like that bit of snow and that along the top, but even then it could be a bit spooky wise. I don't know if it's just, yeah, it's a castle, you know, as if you're looking into the towers of that on the side. So that's that one. So let's bring in, now you know what I've just done now, haven't you? Don't you? I've just embossed it before die cutting it. So let's show you. So then let's just pop our die over the top. And
so what's the danger then, Craig, when you do it that way around? What's the concern?
So what we'll find is, because we've embossed it first, and then we're going to run it through the die cutting, what will happen is, it will slightly, not a lot, but it will slightly press the embossing back down.
Okay.
Because we're running it through. But what we'll also find, hopefully, is because we've got the die's going to kind of protect it because it's a couple of millimeters depth, well, not even a couple of millimeters. So that's going to protect most of it. But you will find that it will, I need my other two plates. You will find it will slightly press all of that detail back down because of the pressure.
Okay.
But what we'll do is, we will see, we may very well be fine on this one. Let's just have a look. Because we've got the ink that's already pressed in, we can actually see we're actually doing not too bad at all. We can still see all that impression all the way around, and it's not flattened it too much. So what I'm just going to do is, if I peel that one away, just there, and then we can see now, so we've now got the snowman in with the arch just here, but you can see within these bits here, so this is where you get all these extra wee bits. So you can then come along and then you could colour them. You've got all these little circles, that's going to be the coal for his eyes and for his belly. We've even got the actual carrot just there. So you could then come along. I've got all of these already coloured just here, but if we take just the scarf, so I'm just going to bring in my Tri-Blend pen. I'm just going to use the True Blue for this one. And then all that I'm just going to do is I'm just going to colour this one in. So I'm just going to colour it in all the way along using the blue. Could be the Classique pens. You could come along with your sparkle pens if you wanted to and colour these ones in. So I'm just going to now flip to the deep end just here. So I'm just going to do that little bit of shading just into the side along the bottom. And then we can then just go back into the mid, blend that one out. You'd spend a lot more time than I am blending them out, but it just lets you see how you can either run these all through using different colours of your cardstock, or you are just as quick sometime using your white card and then just colouring it in with any of your chosen mediums.
Did you make snowmen when you were a kid, Craig? I don't remember us ever really being in a situation where we had enough snow when I was younger.
Yeah, well, we're exactly the same because where I'm from, the town that I'm from, we are right on the River Tay. So our air is really salty. So whenever the snow falls or the frost, it actually defrosts really, really quick. But occasionally we would get a lot of snow that we were able to build a snowman, but they never lasted that long.
No, I think because I lived in the south, we just didn't really ever get that much snow. Yeah, unfortunately. Get loads here apparently in the northeast. Well, it's cold enough. You get snow here in August, I think.
Although I'm getting quite concerned. I can't actually say about here in England, but in Scotland, we've not had a bad winter for quite a number of years. So it's kind of like, we know how this year's turning out. You know, I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, we had the worst. I think the last time we had a bad one was it 2018 when we had the Beast from the East. Do you remember that, Craig? And I remember there was snow on the peaks in the Peak District for about 2.5 months, I think, over winter. And it started really late. It started like the end of February. It was really, really bad, yeah.
We must have missed that in Scotland then, because it's been a good couple of years since we've had a really bad winter. So Yeah, hopefully. Let's hope.
There
we
is
don't
something
get a bad
lovely.
one.
I mean, like obviously, you want everyone to be able to get on with their, days and stuff, be able to get around. But there is something lovely when you have that snow day, isn't there? Where no one can get out, everyone stays home. You used to go out as a kid and run around. It didn't happen very often where we live, but it was always so much fun if there was ever a snow day.
I know. And I was the same, because either at primary school, I literally lived 2 minutes round the corner from a primary school. Then when I went to high school, I literally lived 10 minutes from down the road. And then working in food retail, I worked 15 minutes away. So it didn't matter that whatever time in my life, if there was really a lot of snow, I could never claim that I'm snowed in, because I was round the corner from wherever I was. So never got away with that trick.
I think if there was a lot of snow here, you would struggle to get to work, because there's a lot of hills, isn't there, around
There
here?
is. Yeah.
Loads and loads of hills around here. So let's hope maybe someday soon we can Skype now though, or Zoom you in. So
That's true. That's true.
It's always going to happen. No snow days for you, Craig.
Or we might just need to get a blow-up bed. I might just have to camp in here. You never know. So that I'm here to cover. Now that I've put that thought into their heads, So that was the first layer, Joe. And then all I'm just going to do with the other two is I'm just going to carry on. I'm just going to do the next 2 layers with the actual arches.
Robin Millier says National Crafters Companion Day. That's what we need. When would it be, National Crafters Companion Day? Who knows? I feel like you're leading me back down a slippery slope into talking about birthday celebrations, Robin. So I'm going to have to move on. Evelyn says, here in Colorado, we had snow in the city on the 3rd of September this year. That is early, isn't it? I'm guessing there's some are there parts of the USA that have snow all year round though? I'm guessing some of the mountains and stuff. Obviously Alaska, I'm guessing, has snow all year round. Let me know, because you can definitely go to like ski resorts and stuff in the US, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, you absolutely can do.
Isn't there a ski resort in Scotland, Craig?
Yeah, there is. Yeah, and we've got Glen Shea. And then there is other key skiing resorts. Certainly up by all the big hills and mountains, we've got different ski resorts just there.
Molly Hannah says she didn't see snow, Craig, in person until she was 24 years old. She grew up on the beach in Southern California. I mean, that's a good trade-off though, isn't it? I mean, on the beach, Southern California, or seeing snow. I know which one I'm going for, Craig.
Do you know what I used to love watching is when here in the UK, when we still had the show going, Big Brother. And it had the celebrity Big Brother. And because it was always in January time, and a lot of the celebrities from America had never seen snow before. So it would be snow, and it was there. For us, we take it for granted, don't we, when we get snow and that. But the looks on their face, them darting about in the snow, it was like, we really do take it for granted sometimes. But it was good just to see the reaction when it comes to snow.
How awesome.
What we've got here.
Maybe if you live on the beach in Southern California, you don't get snow, this would be the perfect card to make.
It would be, absolutely it would be. Bring in any of your different frost, any of your glitters, any of your fake snows, maybe from the Glistening Snowflake collection, but we can see how we're starting to look into the middle. So then all that I'm going to do once again is let's bring in our foam pads. So I'm still sticking with our large foam pad sheets. However, on the website or on the show, we've also got small ones, but we've also got larger ones as well.
Wilma says Craig, Scotland did have the beast from the east. Maybe you just weren't paying attention.
It wasn't that, well, certainly where I was, I remember Beast from the East, but it wasn't
that beastly.
Wasn't that beastly. Nah, wasn't that beastly at all.
Maybe it was just in the south. We thought it was just a little bit too much. I lived in Manchester at the time. It was quite bad.
Yeah, but I've noticed here that it could, for me, it could be really quite warm, and there's lots of people going around within their thick jumpers and that, and I'm going around with a t-shirt and that going, no, it's not cold. You don't know what cold's like, being Scotland. So yeah, I've noticed that.
It is a lot colder in the north of the UK than it is in the south. I've worked that. Especially, I feel like the northeast specifically. I feel like the northeast is like the tipping point as you go north. It's always a good 8 degrees colder than here. It can be in the summer than London, which is a lot really when you consider it isn't very far away.
I've heard that before. Yeah, 8 degrees colder. 8 degrees.
Katie Henderson, Craig, really enjoyed your pictures of Edinburgh yesterday. Looks lovely.
Yeah, a lot of people think I took those pictures. I didn't. It was just it was a post that I seen on Facebook. This group that takes pictures, really nice pictures, and they'd taken it off, posted them on Facebook, and I shared their post. So it wasn't actually me, but they did look absolutely stunning. I don't know if you did see them, Joe, because you commented, didn't you?
It's like a fairy tale, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
If you didn't see,
absolutely
go on and
gorgeous.
have a look, because it's one of the posts was saying very Harry Potter themed-esque, and it was actually, it did look like that as well. Really nice. That would look nice when it comes to snow.
Now, totally Tiffany, whilst you're just sticking that, Craig, the Tiffany item that we got on the show, really, really busy. So it's the 2-drawer storage and supply case collection, 60% gone, £21, $24. I'll show it to you after Craig's demo and show you what we've got in there, because you've also got the magnetic strips in there, remember, and you've got the stamp pockets as well, but you need to be quick for it. It's busy there.
I'm not surprised that that's busy, you know, getting all sorted and organised when it comes to storing and tidying. It's good to see what people do as well. Once they get tidied up, you know, with their folders or their storage systems, how they actually
There is another
do
Totally
them.
Tiffany takeover coming up soon as well. Keep an eye out for that. Is it Monday? It's coming. So yes, you will need to join us on Monday. Is all I can say.
I think they're trying to trip you up, Joe.
I just need it to be tomorrow so I can talk about it, Craig. That's what I need. I feel like if I get, it's like the Ben situation all over again. I feel like if I get through today without letting the cat out the bag, then I will be fine. When Ben was joining us, he was here, right, shadowing Craig. He was just, you know, in the studio, you know, having a look what it's all about.
It was me that was on the show with you.
And I was absolutely not allowed to talk about the fact that the next day we were going to be unveiling the fact that Ben was joining us. We get towards the end of the show. My director said something about Ben, and I just completely reiterated, and there it was, completely spoiled the surprise. So let's hope I don't do that in the next. We've got about 40 minutes left on this show, and then 2 hours with Debbie. If I get through it, we'll be fine. Let's just not talk about birthday anymore.
I remember that because it was all about the Gold Bar biscuits. Who'd eaten them all? That was really
It's like,
funny.
oh, Ben's eating all the gold bars.
Eating all the gold bars.
I texted you last night, Craig, didn't I? Because if you were watching the Great British Bake Off, it was chocolate week, Craig, and they had a white chocolate showstopper challenge of celebration cakes. Oh, it was good. They were delicious. I thought, I know a man that will love these.
Yeah, no, because, like you say, you text me, but I wasn't actually watching. I hadn't been watching this series, actually, but I'll maybe to do a bit of catching up and see what that's like. Because by the time I switched over, it had been finished. But yeah, we know how much I like my white chocolate.
You'll be pleased to know also, Craig, that I'm moving on Friday into my new apartment in Manchester. I'm super excited about it, but I've got a washing machine being delivered on Saturday, Craig.
Oi! So you don't need my help when it comes to the washing now?
No more. Thank you so much for getting me through this year. Craig's been doing my washing since like February, March, which has been an absolute godsend.
My pleasure. Happy to help where I can. Absolutely. It was kind of funny, actually. That last bit of washing that you asked me to do was the last of your washing tablets.
Was it?
So, yeah.
Oh, what great timing.
I know, perfect timing, wasn't it? Perfect timing.
Didn't even leave any spare washing tablets.
No,
How rude of me.
Yeah, I know. Have to go back on my own.
Coletta saying, I like snow during the Christmas season. After that, I'm over it. Rosalind saying as well, that card is really nice, Craig. Really love that. Tracy saying, spill it, Joe. Absolutely not. It is more than my job's worth. I need to keep it under wraps until tomorrow. That's what we need to do. What colour are you using here, Craig?
So this one, I'm still exactly the same as the scarf. So it's just the True Blue from our Tri-Blend range. So what I'm just doing is I'm just starting to add that bit of colour. Again, just to pull in from the scarf. I would, of course, colour this before I've popped it together, but it gives you the idea. So we're just doing that blending in again. What you could then even do is, once you've coloured this, because keeping in mind that I'm still colouring on sparkle, so what you're then going to do as this dries, although we are colouring with blue on top of the sparkle, we're still going to get some of that sparkle coming through. So it can look really quite nice. But if you wanted to, what you can do is just give it another light coating of sparkle. So let's just colour that one in. And then what I'm just going to do now is if I take these bits in that I've already just coloured in, so then I'm just going to, let's take these, so I've just run this one through the Xyron. So let's just pop all these bits just in. So So I'm just going to poke all of these bits off with my pokey tool. So all of these are just done in white card. So actually this are done in our white texture cardstock. So all of it, apart from the watercolor card, is all done using the cardstock when it comes to the 12 by 12.
I always find it funny that traditionally snowmen have got top hats. How very formal for
Very formal.
a person that's been created from snow
I know.
to require a top hat.
It's very formal, isn't it?
Where are they off to, I wonder, to need a top hat?
I don't know. It's because you don't want to just be left with a melted snowman and
Just a wet hat and a bit of scarf,
that's it, yeah. Not much at all. But then you can see how that starts to come together. If you've got any of the artificial snow, you could be using that one. Again, you do get the bird in there, so you could be colouring that one in if you wanted to. But then let's just bring in a bit more adhesive, pop another bow just into the corner. And all that was just a slightly larger card blank. So that was 5 1/4 by 7 1/4 card blank there, but then you can see they're just layered up, so we're looking into the arched window just there. But what you could even do is have the snowman right in the background, and then you can have your arched actual aperture dies doing it so that you're looking into the snowman if you wanted to.
Awesome, that looks absolutely gorgeous, Craig. Alison says, Joe, I've never been, but my family's from Manchester. Where are they, Alison? Maybe I could pop round for a cup of tea, or maybe if I need a load of washing done before my machine arrives. Right, let me run you back through the different ways you've got of getting these. You know what, the thing is about this collection, I think if you can stretch it 100%, you should get the whole collection. But if you did want to just cherry pick and go for sort of a smaller element of it, absolutely you can. So this one here, this is your arch window tunnel die that you've got. Now what you're going to receive in here is you've got the nesting dies, which are going to allow you to get that sort of depth and the aperture element, and then you've got the dies which are going to go over the top of that. So you've got the wonderful snowman there. You've also got that gorgeous stocking here too, and you've then got the baubles or the ornaments in there as well. Now, when you're going for them individually, you're going to get a free embossing folder with each one of these. So with this one, you've got the frosted brick, and of course this embossing folder has been designed specifically to go with that die collection that you've got just there. The next one you've got is the squares, and with the squares what you've got is you've got those 3 different themes. I'd say this is probably the most traditional of all of them, the squares. The arch is your favourite at the moment. This has got the nativity scene, you've also then got the angel there, and you've got the stag. Stag doesn't need to be for Christmas, absolutely. Stags are popular all the year through. I love with the stag as well, I love that it's one of the only ones that's connected, although it connects at the top with the antlers. I think that's really, really cool. What you've also got there as well to go with that is then the Holly Berries embossing folder as well. So that one you're going to get free of charge, which is absolutely awesome. You've then finally got the circles in here as well, which is fantastic. So within the circles, you're going to get the snowflakes, you've got the lights, and you've got the holly in there as well as those dies, nesting dies to create that aperture. And with that one, what you're going to get is you're going to get the snowflake embossing folder as well. So it's kind of like when you use the snowflake, it's like double snowflake, which is absolutely awesome. So that is how you get hold of them, either individually, or you can, of course, if you want to, go for the whole collection as well. With the whole collection, what you'll then get is you'll get the stamps and dies as well, which are going to give you the banner, so you can use it to create all of those different sentiments, which is awesome. And what you can also go for as well, now you can, if you're going for the whole collection, you'll receive those, and you'll also receive these. These paper pads though are available individually as well. Either on their own, you can get them on their own, or you can get them as a collection. When you get them as a collection, you only pay for 3, but we send you 4, which is awesome. People multi-ordering this collection of paper pads. I know you guys love our paper pads. They're always so popular when we bring them to you. These are brand new now. We did 8x8 textured card pads, which were so popular. That one is the warm tones, by the way. Let's move on to the neutral. When we did the 8x8s, they were so popular, and so many of you asked for them in a larger size. So that is why we've ended up with this 12x12 size, which is brilliant. They are textured. I'd say they're a little bit finer textured than the previous one we did. They've got a kind of like linen feel to them, would be the way in which I would describe them. That was the neutrals. This one here is the sunflowers that you've got. And also the great thing is, because what you've got is the cardstocks, but they are in those sort of shades. They deepen through the shades. It means that they work really well with the apertures, because what you can do is, you can have the cardstock so it's changing colour very gradually as it goes through the tunnel. So it gives you lots of different options when it comes to using them. All four of those, $59.97 or $74.85. If you want to get all of that all together, absolutely you can by going for the big collection. Details there on your screen at the moment. $134.94 or $164.70. That's a great saving. You're saving altogether there is $39.95 or $58.75. If you're a Club Inspire Platinum member, it's going to cost you today $107.95 or $131.76. That makes your saving $66.94 or $91.69, which is awesome, really, to get a brand new launch as well. Here you can see as well some of the things that have been made by our design teams using these. I think they've really enjoyed them, and they're beautiful. I think if you want to pare it back a little bit, make it traditional a bit, if you want to use lots of craft card, these would look awesome. Also think about going all out with lots of different mirror cards, or especially things like the baubles and the strings of lights as well. Something that's back in stock over on our website, it's been out of stock for a while, are our luxury card packs. Individually they're $9.99 or $15.95. You can get any four of these though for £30 or $42. And what you get in here is you get the matte mirror, you get the mirror, and you get the glitter card as well. You get 10 sheets of each in each one of these. So you've got the luxury cardstock, you've got the blues, the silvers, the reds as well. We've also got the greens too. There's loads of other ones on the website. The options are purple, red, green, ice blue, gold, and silver. These ones are the most popular ones at the moment, so make sure you grab them. I know you've been waiting for them for a while. Kind of nice as well, because you've got the three different textures there, Craig. These might go well, mightn't they, with the dies, because you could have, rather than having like three different colours, you could have almost a mirror layer, then a matte mirror layer, and then a glitter layer as well, so changing the texture as you go through.
Absolutely, yeah, and because of the texture, you're getting a different shade within each one as well. But if I could actually ask you, Joe, could you just put side by side the ice blue and the silver? Just so you can see the difference, but see the top. Look at the shadless glitter, see the two different shades. So the blue one, it's not actually a silver, it's more of a very light blue shadless glitter card.
Yeah.
So I don't want you to think...
One's like an ice white,
Yeah.
One's like an ice silver, and one's kind of like an off, isn't it? Yeah.
Absolutely, so you're not necessarily going to be doubling up when it comes to the silver shade. They are a bit different for you. So yeah, do what Joe said, you know, if you want to do all three layers from that card pack, but just the different textures, then you can do. It would look quite smart. So I thought what we'll do is let's go right back to the square cards, the square set, and we're going to use the stag for this one. And just like the first one, we're actually going for a deeper black kind of theme to this one, but it'll look quite smart. But I wanted to show you as well, within the actual set, you do get just a little inspiration step-by-step guide, just if you need to jot down again how we actually layered them up. But don't forget these will and are on YouTube for you to follow if you need a bit of help.
Awesome.
So what I've done is I've taken two bits of our black card. So this set it could be done using the texture card. This is just done from our black matte card. Now it is the length of A4, and I've cut it to 5.5 inches. So it's 5.5 inches, and it's the full length of A4. Then all that I've just done is I've just scored in at 1.5 inches, and then at 2 inches. So that's 1.5 and then 2. And I've just done exactly the same on that side, in 1.5 and then at 2. And then that starts to give us, you can see that effect there with the black. And I've done exactly the same on another piece. So then when we're to pop them together, we get that, you can see that effect that we've got just there. We've got that concept card there. So let's just use this one here. So I have got the sunflower set as well as the naturals. So I've got the 3 tones of yellow, and I've got the black layer, all 5x7. But what I've also done from the gold set is I have taken a piece of the gold glitter, and it is 5.25 by 7.25, just so we get that matte layer. So then what we can do is let's bring in our stag, and I've got my low tack tape here. I'm going to bring in our folder, and I'm going to again use this just as a guide. So let's just pop that into the middle, line it up, and then I'm just going to use in this side here as that guide of the aperture into the middle. Once I'm happy with that, I can take that one down. Let's move that along ever so slightly. And then there we go.
There's a bit of a backlash happening over on Facebook and YouTube, Craig. About our comments surrounding the top hat and the snowman. Janet says the top hat is what makes them magical, Joe. Frosty only came to life after the hat was placed on top. That is why he needs a top hat. Diane as well says top hats were the type of hat men worn when snowmen, were first dressed. Good point. Dawn says as well, the top hat is the magical part that brings Frosty to life. Remember, Joe? How could I forget?
I'm quite surprised. I didn't even know that.
I know, me neither.
I mean, Christmas and, you know, my Christmas songs. I'm quite disappointed in myself that I didn't know what that was.
Rianne has also been in touch as well and says, Joe, my name is Rianne, but pronounced Ryan. I am a girl. But yes, I do have Baby Yoda looking over my craft room. There we go. I did wonder why there was that second N in there, but thanks for clearing that up, Rianne. Mary says she has the warm and the cool paper pads. They are both really great. Anastasia loves the fact that you can mix and match on the paper luxury card packs as well. And Robbie saying, can't wait to start using the Arch Tunnel dies. Thanks, Craig, for showing us how easy these are to use.
My pleasure. That's why I wanted to kind of start off with a simpler one, and then just by stage, just adding a few extra elements to make it that wee bit more complicated.
Just had an idea, Craig. Might be a bad idea, but how awesome might these are? You know, Debbie did a sort of her light up box. I can't remember which collection she did it with. Do you remember?
I do remember that.
This would look great, wouldn't it, with some vellum behind it in the side panels of a box at Christmas?
It would be. And if you want to create your own boxes, then what you could then do is by using your Ultimate Pro or your scoreboard, if you're confident enough, I know there's lots of different tutorials, not necessarily just on our YouTube, but you know, you search on Google and other search engines, and there's lots of ideas, inspirations and step-by-steps how to make 3D boxes. So you could then incorporate these, because these cut into your card, you could then make dimensional boxes, use these as the sides and have your battery operated tea lights, or maybe your battery operated string lights, anything like that, and that could be shining through. That would look quite smart. So I've just used there the King Gold, and now I'm just using the Antique Gold for this one. So just the two tones with this one. So I've gone over the whole lot just with the King Gold. And then what I'm just going to do is, just using the Antique Gold, just over the berries, I'm just going to pick out the detail. So we're picking this one out. If you were to do this onto white card or lighter card, this could be then your water reactive ink pads that you are just laying down the colour if you wanted to, or do the letterpress technique by adding the inks to your folders. That's entirely up to you, but we're just picking out that detail. Then what we're going to do is, if we bring in that gold layer, that glitter gold layer just here, and then we can pop that one over the top. Let's bring in our nested squares. So this one, what we're going to do is we can then, let's pop that underneath, and then I'm just going to line that up. So I've got my matting layer, bringing in the square. So I'm just going to hold it just into place, and then let's tape that one down. And then we're going to tape that one down just into there. And then what I'm also going to do is, if we remove that out the way, so let's just move that out the way and take in our tape. So we're just going to tape that one in, because I'm making it extra secure, because what I'm also wanting to do is I want it to die cut through our layer of our black card. Now we can do this separate if you want, but what I am just going to do is do them together. So I'm just going to pop my plates on, and then what I'm just doing is I'm just making sure I've got that lined up just nicely where I want it. If you want to tape that down, you can do. And then all that I'm just going to do is I'm just going to put my plastic shim, magnetic, and then top cutting plate. And then I'm just going to feed this one through, because we've got a little bit of the card just poking out the edges. I'm just going to stabilize it, let that run through. So then that gives us that perfect aperture within that actual outside of the card. So then I'm just going to remove this one. So if we then take all these out the way, let's remove this one, and you can see how that now creates that aperture within that main one, but it also does it with the glitter card just here. So straight away that now gives us the perfect aperture within our concept card.
Awesome.
So what I'm just going to do now is, if we use our tape for this one, Anything with our Shedless glitter card, I would also suggest using a wet glue. So if you use our tacky glue, because then what that also does is, we've got some here, yep. So our tape, or double-sided tape, that will then grab to the card straight away. And then what will happen with the wet glue, so either your tacky glue or your all-purpose, that will then soak into the fibres of your black card, but then soak into all the glitter, Shedless glitter card, and that will make it extra secure. So if we hold that and press that, so there.
So will that keep it stuck for good? Would the tape pen eventually sort of start to come away, Craig?
Over time. Now, it could be the best of the best tape runner or double-sided tape like ours are, but just the way that Shedless glitter card is, because it's texturous, you're not getting that perfect grip when it comes to a permanent adhesive like your tape. So I would always add a wet glue just as that little bit of extra hold to your card.
Awesome.
So then that is now our top layer that's then going to go over the top just like that. So what we can do is add that on now. And then what we can do just in a moment before, well actually we'll do this one first. So then that can just layer back over the top. So we're creating a bit of our own diorama card when it comes to this one. So then we're going to bring in these other two squares. So let's take our next layer with our yellow card. And what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to pop that one just in. And then I'm just going to just line that one up just here. So let's take our actual tape. And that's then going to secure it.
Margie's saying she loves a stag with a black paper, Craig, says it looks really, really striking. Michelle says, well, it's nice to have Craig back. I feel like we haven't seen much of him lately. Me too, Michelle. It is lovely to have Craig back. When are you back with us again? Oh, is it tomorrow? Is it me and you, first show tomorrow?
I'm back Friday and Saturday.
Oh, then who am I with tomorrow? I know I've got a masterclass tomorrow, and I've also got a cartload tomorrow as well. Is it Double Debbie tomorrow? It's a Double Debbie Thursday Fake Friday. How fabulous. Looking forward to that. Jeanette saying, yeah, what is the best use? Ask what is the best glue to use with glitter. If you want to talk about snow, she says come to Michigan where you can experience full 4 seasons in the space of 24 hours. That sounds quite fabulous. But as you were saying, you'd say it was the tacky, is it, Craig, out of all of them?
I would, yeah. So again, your tape runner and that will hold for a while. And when I say a while, you know, it could be a week, a couple of weeks, but just the nature of the beast when it comes to glitter cards, what will happen is over time, the glitter card, or your layer on top of your glitter card will start to peel away just because of the texture of the glitter card. So I would always just use a wet glue as well. And what that will do is then just soak into the fibres. But then actually talking about all 4 seasons in one, that was like yesterday, because here in the UK I was on Create and Craft on Monday. I was in all Monday, and driving home yesterday, literally hit all 4 seasons within the 3 hours. You know, it was unbelievable yesterday. By the time I got home, it was like back to autumn, but it was just ridiculous driving home.
It can be exhausting driving in. When it's really raining, it can be really taxing, can't it?
It can.
It can
really
be.
can.
Do you know what I mean? I feel like driving is quite a relaxing thing. I
don't
actually
mind
don't mind driving, especially
Nope.
on the motorway. I get on the road, pop the cruise control on. I feel like though when it's really raining heavy, you've got to be on your game, haven't you? You arrive absolutely exhausted at your destination. Jasuza saying she loves all of your demos, Craig, which is very, very nice of her to say so.
Oh, that's really kind to say. I'm glad that you enjoy them. I just absolutely love being on, whether it's Masterclass or any of our shows. You know, we just get to get really creative. We get to share our ideas with you all. We get to see what you're up to as well. Like for today, it's the teddy bears. You know, and then, you know, I have to say we do get an extra laugh with Joe. It's always fun when we're on with Joe together. And then when we've got the gallery in our ear, just, you know, trying to put us off and being cheeky. You know, what can we do? But can't win them all. But I do. I miss when I'm not on Crafters TV.
Do you?
I do, yeah.
Is this your favourite place to work, Craig?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Don't let
easily.
them hear you say that at Create and Craft.
Easily.
Punky says, if you separate those papers and dies, you could have 3 fabulous gifts for Christmas, and then you could keep one for yourself. What a great idea. Do you think the paper pads lend themselves to a certain style with these, Craigs? I guess you'd mix and match, wouldn't you?
You would mix and match. Of course, it goes without saying, you would maybe use the blue tones if you want to use your snowflakes, maybe the green tones when it comes to the holly leaves, you know, but you can just have fun, you know, go all out if you wanted to, make them very colourful and bright if you want, but then, you know, if you want them to be more monochromatic, then use obviously the natural or neutral tones. But yeah, you can do, just whatever you feel, you go for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So then all that I'm just quickly doing just now, Joe, what I will just do is, because I've not actually shown yet before, I've just taken the moon. So this also die cuts out that you can see just here. So then all that I've just done before is using that same set. So it's this one just here. So just using the large banner, I've just die cut it out and I've just stamped season greetings, and we've just popped our foam pads on the back. So all that I'm just going to do is just finish this bit off.
Awesome. Very, very busy. Loads of you. Colette saying how much she loves the stag card. Don't forget as well, there's another fabulous show today coming up in just over an hour's time. I will be here with Debbie with Creative Cravings. It's going to be really, really awesome. And it's that one chance of the week. Well, not really, but it is the sort of one point of the week where we maybe focus on some more, we take things back to basics, maybe slow things down a little more. It's a great opportunity for you to get any crafty questions that you might have into Debbie as well, whether it's regarding the stuff that's on the show, just general stuff, you need help with a certain product or a certain technique, definitely get the questions in our next show. That's what the show is there for, basically. There's great stuff on it as well. We've got a fantastic deal on some of our Spectrum Noir Discovery kits. Some of them, we don't have as many as we'd like. We've also got the Sparkle ink craft kit on the show as well, which is a really lovely one. That's beautiful, Craig.
I'm looking forward to getting home and watching what you and Debbie have got on the show. It's going to be a good one. Nice
She's
selection.
going to be trouble today. I sense it. In our morning meeting, she was very
I
she was
seen
very
her briefly
disruptive,
when I come
wasn't
in.
she?
Yeah. I think she's in
she has got a
cheeky mood.
If she's had another one of those toffee nut lattes, she'll be buzzing. She'll be running around this craft room like there's no tomorrow. She'll be doing laps between shows. That looks really, really beautiful,
There we
Craig.
go.
I know you've got another demonstration
I
you
do.
want to squeeze in, Craig, so I'm just going to quickly remind everyone of a couple of things. First one being that collection on the 12x12s. It is really, really busy on these. You guys have loved these since we launched these. Brand new colours, brand new sizes in our textured cardstock. So this one here I'm sharing with you. That one there is the cool tones. You've also got this one here. The other great thing about these, you can hang these up if you want to as well. You've got little clips in your craft room. They hang up really lovely. You've got the sunflower one just here as well. So you've got the yellows, the oranges, you've got through to the greens in there as well. The next one, the neutrals. And I'm going to say it, do you know what? The least exciting of all of them, but probably the one that you'll get the most amount of use out of, because you do need these colour tones, the greys, the blacks, the whites, for your mats and layers and for lots of different die cutting. The darker tones are really useful for die cutting things like your sentiments. Then you've also got the warm tones as well. Now when you get these in this configuration, you pay for 3 and we send you 4, which is really good considering these are a very, very recent launch. $59.97 or $74.85 to get those. It's still really busy on that Totally Tiffany item that we've got on the show for you as well. Let me just grab that. It is your 2-drawer storage and supply case, which is awesome. 70% of this is gone, by the way. You get 2 drawers in here. Now, great for crafty stuff, just wonderful as general organisation as well. What you're also getting in this one is you're then getting the stamp pockets in here, 5 brand new stamp pockets, which is awesome, and you're going to get the die storage magnets in there as well. So it's great that you've got that little extra in there. £21 or $24 if you want to get your hands on those. Right, Craig, what are you going to share with us for the last part of the show?
Right, so I thought what we'll do is we're going to use the circle ones again, and this time we're going to use the baubles that's in them. So we've now done, what's that, 4 that we've done already. So I've showed you the idea of laying up all the additional dies. So I'll kind of skip out that bit because it's exactly the same as what I've been doing. So what we're just going to do for this one is I've taken a card blank again. So this isn't one of the textures from the 12x12, but you can absolutely use that if you want. And it is 8 inches by 7 inches, and what I've just done is scored at 1 inch all the way in. So we've got our wee folds just there. Then what we can just do is bring in the Snowflake Kisses. So we're bringing in the embossing folder, and we're also going to bring in our bauble for this one just here. So then what we can just do is lining it up again. So the card's going to sit this way. So what I want to do is make sure that the baubles are facing the right way. So we're going to pop it into the side just there. So let's just open these ones up. And then once again, I'm just using this as the guide. So there we go, that's pretty much bang on with that one. So what I'm going to do, alternatively, what you could do, Joe, is instead of lining it up every single time, if you wanted to, you can actually, now is that going to go, bear with me 2 seconds while because for this one,
you're going to do the switcheroo.
We're going to need to do a switcheroo. So I'm here, I'm just going to bring in...
He just disappeared. Panda was getting all the limelight. His own shot on its own there for a moment. Absolutely loving it. Gloria is saying, Craig, where would you put the message on these cards? Do you have any suggestions?
So what I would then do is, let's bring in this one that we've just done just here. All that I would just do is just either a piece of the white texture card, just cut it slightly smaller for the back, and then that could be your part to write your message, maybe even a matte layer with the gold glitter just to work in with the front. But then that's where I would write my message. If you've got a Christmas stamp set where you can stamp your sentiments, use them as well. So that's what I would do with mine.
Awesome. Diane says she is so excited for the unmentionable week. Roberta says the stag is stunning. Craig, you are a real talent. And Karen loving those paper pads as well. The stag one, I feel like you could just cut maybe the front panel and just put it over another piece of coloured cardstock, Craig, and that could be a card or maybe even a tag in its own right quite easily.
Of course I could. Absolutely. That's the thing.
Always a tag.
Always a tag. You know, use them as they are, incorporate them all the way that they're intended. But as crafters, and as Leanne and the team on product development know, is use them in many different ways and see what other things that you can be using with them. It doesn't just have to be like this one. But then there we go. So obviously, because of the size, I just switched to my large Gemini. But then we've then got our actual aperture of the baubles. So you can see just there. And then what we'll do with this one is then let's bring this one back in. We're going to run it through with the embossing. And then I'll just quickly show you what I've done when it comes to the additional layers. So we can then bring that one. So the other layers that we used was, I can't remember what it was called. It was the one with the blue and the purple layer, so the 12 by 12.
The cool tones.
Cool tones. So we've done these ones, so again, 5 by 7, so 3 different tones, and then using the circle nesting dies, like I have been doing prior. We've just die cut them all the 3 times, and I've also taken a bit of Shedless glitter card, and that's going to just nicely pop at the back just so that we hide the white layer. So let's move all them out the way. This then gives us our embossed detail. So we've got it all die cut. We've got it all embossed all the way around. And then all that I've just done here, but this one I've done before, is I just coloured them in just with my tri-blend pens. But you could use your sparkle pens if you want to. And also with this layer, what I done was the same as the clear overlay, just to add a bit of sparkle. So we can then bring these ones in.
Sorry, did you say, was that stamping card you used, Craig?
So this one here, this was just, for what I just done there was the stamping card. This one was a watercolour card because I popped some of our sparkle on top.
Beautiful.
And then also just another 5 by 7 layer, just a white smooth stamping card because this is what's going to hold our layers together. So I'm just using my double-sided tape. So these ones, like you were saying earlier, Joe, these are actually just going to be popped together using tape. We're not actually using foam pads with these ones because I've popped the little lip tabs on these ones. We're going to get that extra bit of dimension, but without using any pads. So if we just
not, it's against your nature, I'd imagine, Craig. How do you feel about that?
Do you know what? Okay, because I've done 4 demos using foam pads.
Maybe for Lent you could give up foam pads, Craig.
Do you think I could do that?
No, I don't.
I think that's near impossible.
Not going to happen.
That's never going to happen.
And also, you know, they're not. I guess they're not bad for you. Foam pads. There's no reason or requirement to give up foam pads.
No, there's not. Actually, if anything, they're an essential, just so that we can use.
Indeed.
Absolutely, yeah. So then we've got our layer all together. So all that I'm just going to do is add our adhesive on each side.
I love the colours here, Craig, because they're not like traditional Christmas. I think they're really lovely. It's really lovely to go a bit abstract sometimes.
It is, yeah. And the colours that I'm using here, you would maybe think with, you know, ice or snow or snowflakes, but why not use it for the baubles that you can see just here? There's your dimension, just because of the shape and the size of the cardstock. So I'm just bringing in card black that I've already made. So this one, it is 6 3/4 by 7 inches, and all that I've just done is just trimmed off at 1 inch there and added some pattern paper. And then I'm just going to bring this layer in, and let's just go around the edges using a tape runner, and I'm going to pop this one into place, and we're going to press. And then what I'm just going to do is bring in, I've got these that I've bagged up already, so I'm going to bring these ones in using the actual banner and stamps. I've stamped Merry Christmas, or Merry and Bright. This is on the texture card, so you can see how perfect it is to read. So then we're just going to add a bit of adhesive into the middle, and I'm just doing it into the middle because I still want a little bit of shapeage to it. So that then can sit right there. So let's press that one into place. So then we've still got the edges of the banners that's just nicely free flowing. And then we're going to bring in one of the ribbon bows, and I'm just going to add our glue gel. We're just going to pop that one on into place, and then there we go. So we've got the dimension already with the card just by using the folds that we've done. However, there is no foam pads.
Absolutely. It really is a very effective card. That I love it with the extra panel as well down the side, Craig, gives it something extra also. Diane says, fabulous card. Craig, you're so talented. Robbie saying as well, I love the baubles. It was my least favourite, but this is so cute. And Karen saying how much she loves those paper pads as well. Do you want me just to recap the details and everything you've got in here? So if you're going for the big bundle, it's getting busier actually on that big bundle as we move towards the end of the show. You're going to get the arch design in here, which is this one here. It's going to give you the stocking, the snowman, and those baubles. You're also going to get that if you're going for them individually. If you're going for it in the big bundle, you're going to get all of this, of course. You're also going to get the arched embossing folder. You're then going to get as well the square. So in the square, remember you've got the nativity, the angel, and you've got that stag in there as well. Individuals, so the individual gets you the die and then the embossing folder in each shape. So you're also going to get that holly embossing folder in there as well. Then you've also got the round, and now the round one has got the snowflake, you've also got the holly, and you've got the strings of lights in there as well. And then finally, you're also going to get included in that too, the Snowflake Kisses embossing folder as well. Now, if you're going for the big collection, you're also going to get included as well the stamps and dies, the banners. I think these are really great festive stamps and dies that you could use across all of your Christmas crafting. They are available individually if you want them. The festive curved banner sentiments, dies and stamps. So they're all in there for you as well. And then what you're also going to get, remember, is those 12 by 12 pads. Everything I've shown you is available in the smaller collections or available, of course, individually as well. You've got the cool tones there. You're also going to get the sunflower. You've got the natural as well, neutral, sure I should say, and you're going to get the warm tones in there too. You get all of that, £134.94 in the UK. It's a saving of £39.95. $164.70 in the US, which represents a saving of almost $60. Club Inspire Platinum members, your savings get even better. You're saving $66.94 in the UK, making it $107.95. Club Inspire Platinum members in the US save $91.69, making it $131.76. Everyone gets free postage and also free shipping as well. So a great time to grab hold of this. Craig, there's a load of variation, isn't there? The design team have done so many different styles of cards with these, which shows you the versatility, really.
They have, absolutely. Now they focused mainly on the concept of doing the aperture that you can see just here. That one is using the fairy or the angel using the pinks, but then the stag with the greens. But then again, why not going all out and then using your easel cards again? So that's just with the square range. Keeping in mind that Joe showed you, you've got the tunnel dies, you've even got the circle ones as well. All these, so many different things that you can make. Make them big, make them small, it's entirely up to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Make sure you get your hands on them though, because it really is a fantastic collection. Craig, when are you back with us here on Crafters TV?
So I am back on Friday for another masterclass, and then I'm on Saturday with Craft House.
Ah, well, hopefully I'll see you next week at some point as well. Make sure you join Craig for those shows. Then, massive thanks to Craig, huge thanks to you guys as well. We'll see you back here in an hour with Creative Cravings. Take care.